Hi Madeline, and here's your bioriddle. I was born in 1838, so at that time I wasn't so great. By the time I was at the crazy age of 7, I'm not so sure people thought I was going to heaven. A few years later I moved from my home, Scotland, where I had learned and grown, off to America as just a wee lad with my older sister, younger brother and dad. Too bad at first my brother, sisters and mum couldn't come. I'm sure they would have loved to join in the moving fun. Winter in Wisconsin was harsh, with an oven for a heater, but lucky for us our health did not totter or teeter. I started to invent things as a child. Fortunately my actions were becoming more mild. I went to college at almost 23, where I was interested in many things, like botany. After 2.5 years there, I pretty much became a bear. A hippie hobo you could call me, living on my caught fish and homemade tea. When I was 29 I worked in a factory, which goes along with a pretty scary story. One day while I was holding a metal file, something happened and I was blind for a while. It hit my eye and I went blind, but at least the doctors were kind. I had to stay in a dark room for 4 weeks. With my eye covered up, I couldn't even take a peek. After that I couldn't stay still. To be inactive like that was like being held captive against my will. I went to San Francisco and I found that it wasn't for me, so I set off to hike over to Yosemite. It was so amazing I decided to stay. I love being able to wake up and look at the waterfall each day. When I found out that people were cutting redwoods down, I knew I needed to get back into town. I wrote articles and books and several bills, all of them trying to save mountains and hills. 2 of the bills did not pass, but the other one was accepted at last. The bill that passed was for Yosemite. It became a national park, which was really good for me. I founded the Sierra Club in 1892, which helped preserve trees and lots of other natural things too. On Christmas Eve in 1914 I had to die, but I have one question for you.